Hey, it's Kayla. So also with Unaliving, um, there's stuff in like evolutionary theory, including like why it's like kind of like a protective mechanism for the individual in like really high stress situations, and yeah, yeah, it could be part of that. And interestingly, like enough, it says like um depression and psychosis could also be protective factors against unaliving, which I guess makes sense because like, but that's like when people like attempt it. Usually, they're one of their go-to things they like to put out. Interestingly enough, um, yeah, they don't really say like to have like anxiety in there and as considering one of the main reasons for it. This just doesn't go with their narrative. Kind of odd, but yeah, for sure. Definitely, being like highly stressed out, seemed like it would be arguably even more, um, likely to. Personally, I would say it would probably maybe even be more everything. Also, too, that because that relates like would kind of relate to the feeling trapped as well. Yeah, so it would make sense because yeah, like even with like the like alpha 2 agonists, which is like an inverse agonist, basically, so it lowers your overall neuroadrenaline, especially if you like overload it, like if you take multiple at once. But yeah, that also, because in a way, when I took that, I did feel kind of a bit depressed, I would say. Yeah, I probably did feel like a bit of a mild depression when when I took that stuff, which it was also kind of oddly peaceful. But even at like McLean, like which is like a bit on the unusual side for like people, but it wasn't inconvenient enough for them or like extreme enough to go to kind of get on their radar. I did stay up for like 3 days, which was just mostly chilling, like on my phone, messing around, talking to people, um, and like just walking around. I wasn't like bouncing off the walls too much, but I was awake for like 3 days and I didn't feel tired. And then I like slept for like 5 days, which I didn't really mind either one of them, especially like sleeping, because like it's kind of like in prison, you almost like want to sleep away your time in there, so it's a lot similar to like there's a lot of similarities to psych wards in prisons. People who've been to both have said they're very similar. Um, and like some people even say prisons have more rights in prison. So who've been to both have said that before. And also too, you have the same. Both professions can attract like abusive people to them, so that from like the staff in both places can have both people who have committed violent crimes and are prone to violence as either inmates or patients, which is kind of like inmates, and also to um but like vulnerable people and just people trapped in general. So it's like you're automatically more vulnerable in that situation. Like you can't get away. But yeah, for people who out of touch with reality tend to be like, yeah, so in all situations in both psych wards and in prisons. Those people can be both victims of their peers and of like staff people who have power over them as well. And it's both, there's leaked footage of like lots of psych violence in psych wards and stuff, and it's underreported, I think, when violence happens to patients on other patients and also staff on patients. It's very underreported as well. But yeah, so there's also a lot of ties to why you get locked up for wanting to unalive, because it started out with his religion. Why, like, less about science and more about religion. Why, like, the taboo of wanting to unalive and all that, and then from religion got passed down to law, and then passed to like medicine, which kind of acts in a very, as far as mental health, acts in a very punitive way as well. So yeah, so yeah, I'm hoping to kind of share more about this. It is like, I do kind of want to make sure I'm like being somewhat clear, because I know like with the wanting to unalive, like I do have things sometimes where it's like a rush to get it out, because like not too late, but at the same time there's no sense in like putting it out if it's like completely just incoherent. So I do kind of want to do that, like different things I've wanted to do. Like I wanted to like pursue nutrition to help people as well, and I was doing like this, like interested in personality, and like this other people who's like does like personality assessments and coaching was talking to me. Like they kind of, I just sporadically put out stuff on like personality. They found me and we're talking. But it's like hard to like be like, well, am I even going to be around? Like, so to be able to like kind of like, yeah, so like studying it and that kind of stuff is like easy, but it's like I don't know if it's gonna really pan out or be. So it's different. So now pretty much I'm on these sites, I'm trying them out. You make like money from like downloading things or like playing these games. Not very much, so I'm gonna try to like see if I can make the most of it. I'm still kind of working it out. Also too, if anyone sees this and interested in and wants to either make extra money or make any money, if they have like trouble with like traditional jobs or any jobs, I can talk more about that and post it. And two, especially I can post you my site with like my affiliate. I think some of them you would get benefit from as well as me, and then two, you could think about like posting the same thing with the affiliate. But yeah, so that I can also give like the pros and cons of that, because I don't want to hype it up to make it sound better than it is. But I mean, it's better than nothing. So okay, thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll like make more videos, so try to like share more ideas.